Thanks for joining me. This lecture topic is entitled Test Requirements Analysis. We are now in the performance test phase of the project. We have some data that can be used as SLA to go forward with tests that meet the test requirement objectives. The question now is what performance test types need to be in our plan to meet test requirements items 3 through 6. I have a bottleneck identification diagram I use to help me narrow down the test types along with what are pertinent test requirements. I do not plan to spend significant time on this diagram. I am developing another course with its details. Right now, let us zoom in on the 5 major areas of bottlenecks. Our application is executing on a local machine. That eliminates 3 areas in the middle. What remains in the client is the client and database services. And the database services is nothing more than data stores and a little I/O. If there is going to be a bottleneck, it is going to be the client or local machine. We are looking at also analysis of load, application initialization, and page rendering. Okay, what about the test requirements 3 through 6? Let us see if we can narrow this down to what tests remain. And what I see is a need for performance baseline test needs, which we've done, and we can do again if needed, load test needs, stress test needs, spike test needs, which we can have in the soak endurance longevity test needs. Let's talk a little more about performance testing with JMeter in mind. Concerning resources, there are 2 important resources in JMeter to depend on for meeting test requirement analysis. The perfmon listener and the SSH-mon listener. The first is for Windows servers, while the second one, the SSH-mon listener, is for Linux Unix servers. We will take a closer look at the perfmon listener in this course. And then there's platforms. JMeter can execute load and performance tests for different server types: web, HTTP, HTTPS, SOAP, database via JDBC, LDAP, JMS, mail, POP3, etc. It is a platform-independent tool, which means you can generate a test plan using a text editor. And then load generators. When we talk about load generators, the concept of load generators is JMeter is either the master server approach or the multi-client approach. The first is designed to use JMeter to send the same load to an application, but from multiple machines that can be remote to each other. The second is an approach I have used in the past to enable different loads from different remote machines. This approach requires multiple testers to be online controlling their own machines to start and stop their performance test against the same application. An alternative approach I have also used is licenses with a company called BlazeMeter. This company provides a remote service for executing JMeter performance tests in the cloud. Their facility offers real-time monitoring and post-test graphical reporting for analysis. This approach allows multiple testers to look at the real-time performance monitoring of a given live test. Finally, there's supportive protocols. JMeter supports the following protocols. We will only cover the first two protocols in this course currently, and that would be web HTTP, HTTPS. But there's also SOAP, REST. We'll cover a little bit of that. And then there's FTP, database via JDBC, LDAP, message-oriented middleware, or MOM versus GMS, mail, SMTP, POP3, IMAP, and finally, native commands or shell scripts. But we will look at more at web and REST technologies. My time has ended for this session. I thank you for yours. Join me in the next video.